What's up, Slay Nation? Justin Query, New York Kayak Series Director, coming to you for our next captain's meeting for live event number 6. Let me get a couple things up here real quick, and then we'll get our captain's meeting going. Appreciate everybody that's jumping on tonight. It's good to see you, Nitro, Soft Plastics. You guys are on. Josh, Chris, good to see you guys. Excited about tomorrow's tournament. Get back on the water. I missed the last one, so it's been 6 weeks since I've done a Slay Nation event. So I'm excited to get back. Give me a comment in the chat if my mic sounds good. All right, going to Tourney X. Here's our tourney. Here's Lake Ontario Ponds. Lake number 6, event number 6. This is the last event before our Angler of the Year finale at Tupper Lake, September 3rd. So this is the last one to make some moves before we really dial in on Tupper, do all our awards. So this is going to be a pretty interesting event. We've never really done an event like this. It's more of a pond hopping event, so it'd be pretty fun. Motors won't come into play as much, or won't be as important. You really don't even need a pedal drive for this one. If you just got a paddle kayak, you're good to go here. So through Tourney X, a couple of things to change here. I did make a few changes over the last week. A couple of our guys that have been around, done some tournaments, they caught a couple of things. So just clean this up on Tourney X. Location, Lake Ontario Ponds. If you haven't been there, it's in the Henderson Harbor area, Sandy Creek, that area over there. The boundaries are going to be Lakeview Pond, North Sandy Pond, and South Sandy Pond. We'll go through that in a second on Google Earth so I can show you the actual boundaries and the cutoffs. You can't portage in this event, so if the water's impassable to get to the next spot, you cannot pass it. If it's too shallow or anything like that, you cannot pass through. You must stay inside the ponds, and you cannot go into Lake Ontario. If you do, you get disqualified. We'll know if you're in there or if you caught a fish in there. This is more of a safety issue just because if it's windy, that place can get pretty nasty. Public launches only. There's not that many launches on these ponds, so there's probably only going to be, 3, maybe 4 launches that can be used. So we'll see you on one of those if you're going to be there. Catch boards only, plastic ones or catch carbonate, that's fine too, but it's just got to be a catch board. If you don't have a catch board, message me or Josh Fusen and make sure you do it before like 10 o'clock tonight, and we'll bring you a board. I always have at least one extra board with me, and if Josh needs to bring his, he can. He just needs to know ahead of time. So we'll go over those boundaries real quick on Google Earth so everybody sees what we're talking about. Here's North Sandy Pond and South Sandy Pond down here. Let me get over to the launch that we will have the captain's meeting. I'll have to find it right here. Yeah, this is it. All right, so this is where the captain's meeting is going to be held. I got the address over here on Tourney X. So if you just type this in, where is it here? 47 Groman Drive, Sandy Creek. If you just type that in, or you can just type in like North Sandy Pond public launch, I think that's what it comes up as. This is a huge parking lot. This can fit like 50 cars if it needs to. So you can park there. If you're going to launch here, this is a pretty good spot to launch for Sandy Pond. You can access all in North Sandy Pond, and I believe you can cross down in. I've never made the full move down through into South Sandy Pond, but there's a launch to get into each of these. I believe there's even a marina that you can use on one of them. So if you can, marina, since it's public marina, you can use that, or the 3 public launches. So this is Sandy Pond. That's what's in play here. Here's the entrance to Lake Ontario. Do not cross this boundary. If you want to fish this mouth of it right here, you go ahead, but don't go past this right here. It gets pretty nasty and pretty deep anyway, pretty quick. You can fish this all up in here, all up in this bay. I don't know what they call it, but you can fish up in this bay if you want to. You can go up in this creek, and I think it cuts off somewhere's up in here. wherever that barrier is, you can fish until you get to that if you want to. So all this is in play for Sandy Pond. On the south side, it's pretty small, but this is all in play. All the way over here, all these places are in play. The other pond that's in play for this, don't be mistaken by these two right here, Cranberry, South Colwell, North Colwell. They're not in play. None of this is in play until you get to Lakeview Pond. Sorry. Lakeview Pond right here. It's a smaller lake. I think it's only pond is only 250 acres, pretty grassed up, pretty choked up. You can get into that. I don't know. I've never been down in here, so I don't know if you can get down in this creek. But if you can fish it until you get to this entrance right here, which is the entrance to the main part of Sandy Creek. So fish that until you get to that. Don't get into the Sandy Creek spot. Then you start to get into the mouth of the Lake Ontario in here and some of these other small ponds. So just those 3 ponds are in play. Keep it to that. That's the boundaries. I don't think we have any major weather issues coming. Wind shouldn't be much of an issue. It's gonna be pretty hot, like mid 80s. So finally have some good weather for one of our tournaments. So. Yeah, let me throw that up there. So that's from Josh Fusen, our other director. So lots of boat traffic around that opening, guys. If you do see, if you go that way, just be aware of all the boats. This is a pretty popular place to get in from here into Lake Ontario. So we should be pretty good there. Yeah, like you said, stay hydrated. Wind won't be too bad. Just going to be hot out. So let's go over some more of the Tourney X stuff. Anglers are responsible to check in and check out on Tourney X. It is mandatory. You will get a alert from Tourney X if you, even if you have done it. I think you still get the alert, but just make sure you check in and check out. If you're not going to awards at the end of the day, just check out, and then you can do what you got to do. If you're in the top 3 or big bass, you do have to go to awards. So check out and then come to awards anyway. We'd like to see everybody there just for the sponsors. They'd like to see that. Battlefish, Nitro Soft Plastics, all of our local sponsors, and our title sponsors, and everybody for Slay Nation. They want to see us there together. So if everybody can meet up, it's going to be just going to go through the times. First launch is going to be 5:30 tomorrow. Lines in at 6 a.m. Last cast is going to be at 2 p.m. and the last submission on Tourney X will be at 2:30 p.m. The award ceremony will be held at 3 p.m. And like I said, in that parking lot at North Sandy Pond. We'll all meet there in the parking lot. We'll hang out by somebody's truck, Josh, or one of our trucks. And we'll set up real quick. We'll make it a quick captain's meeting and get out of there. It's going to be hot. I won't keep you guys long. Let's try to get that award ceremony started by 3:30 and be out of there by 3:45. That's the goal for tomorrow. So should be a really good tournament. I only got to pre-fish this, I think, twice. I got to fish it early in the year. Been dealing with fishing other stuff, KFL. Got to fish Canisius yesterday with the KFL team, so I didn't get to fish this week. But I know the last time I did fish it, it was on fire. And I know some other people that got to fish it, and it's all been the same pattern for everybody. It's been pretty good fishing. So I expect a pretty good limit to win this one. I think even with I think let me see where we're at right now. Last I checked, we're at 14 anglers, maybe 13. Yeah, we're at 13 anglers right now. Signups are still open for a couple more hours, but it's still going to be pretty good at payout with that. But yeah, it's 13. So even with that, I think it's going to take probably high 80s to win this one. It's just my guess. Probably 88 to win it. Definitely could be 90 broken here, or the quality of fish. And there's some fat fish in here. They're pretty healthy. So have some fun. Be safe out in the water. Stay hydrated. Be safe with everybody around you and the boats going in and out of through Ontario. Let's just have some fun doing some pond hopping, some old school kayak fishing, and see where everybody falls. This is one of the better events to up your score for Angler of the Year with only one more to go. So let's see what everybody does out there. Let me pull up the identifier real quick. Let me pull that up on here. I think that is live on Tourney X already. Anybody want to double check that? Yeah, it is. All right. So 30 live on Tourney X. Lima 06, L06 is the identifier. You can write it on your hand, write it on any of the cards you want. It doesn't matter. As long as it says L06, L06, either one of those, I don't care. Make sure that's on your identifier, your hand, and in the picture. Watch your pictures tomorrow since it's going to be wicked sunny, basically from the start of the day. Make sure your pictures, watch the glare on those. We had some issues a couple tournaments ago with pictures with the glare on them and had to DQ some fish over it. So make sure we can see identifier. Even if we know it's you and we know it's your fish, we have to see the identifier in every picture. So other than that, I don't think I'm missing too much. I'm going to knock out payouts tonight and all the awards that'll be ready to go. So everybody just be safe on the water, have some fun, and let's see who takes down Lake Ontario Ponds. All right. Anybody got any questions real quick before we get out of here? See who we got in. I'll go through. I'll give everybody a minute in case we got any questions. Big thanks to our sponsors this year. Battlefish Charters. He sponsored the Angler of the Year race with the Angler of the Year rod. Got that sitting right here. The Battlefish Angler of the Year rod. I won it last year. I don't think I'm going to win it this year. But it's pretty cool to have a rod like that. Mine's up on the wall. I don't use it. So you can win that. Win the plaque. Actually, this plaque this year will be custom made with your name on it. So it'll be directly sent to your house. It won't be at the Angler of the Awards at Tupper Lake. So you'll get that a little bit later. But still cool to win that. We'll also have at Tupper Lake, we're going to have our finale for the online series. First, second, third, and big bass for that. So that'll be also pretty cool to watch that. Some of the guys we got in, the Van Horn brothers are in, myself, my dad are in this one, Jim Callan, non-member, but appreciate you coming and fishing with us tomorrow. Christmas Jansen and Brian Hoops, Kevin Phipps, Josh Brewer all coming down to fish, Josh Fusen, our other director, Chris Nielsen, and Zach Leclerc, all fishing with us tomorrow so far. We got a couple more hours, so hopefully we get a couple more and maybe make it 15. But other than that, I think we're all set for tomorrow. Everybody be safe on the water. If you got any issues, just message me on Facebook or text me, call me. Service won't be an issue anywhere tomorrow. You probably actually have 5G out there if you get it. So won't be any issues with that. So everybody will see you tomorrow at the awards. Be safe on the water. Good luck.